What's up guys, it's Orange. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video discussing the lack of exotic use in the Crucible. Now, as you probably know, exotics really aren't used much in the Crucible. Now, the title might have been exaggerated a little bit. I wouldn't say they necessarily suck, but they're definitely not worth using over a legendary. So, pretty much the only weapons you'll see in the Crucible that are exotic, or at least in the competitive scene, are Thorn and Last Word, and maybe on a long-range map like Widow's Quarter Frontier, if they're playing that in sweats. You might see a Mida, but that's about it. You're not going to see anything else. The Hawkmoon's banned, and then any special weapon is not going to compete with the Matador or the Her Benevolence or the LDR, 1,000 Yards there, or even a Party Crasher. Pretty much every exotic is outclassed by the legendary counterparts. It's really sad, in my opinion, to see exotics so little used in a game where they're kind of like the high-end material. Like, that is the final thing. Legendaries are really the king of the Crucible, I'd say, at least in competitive. I mean, if you're playing pubs, you can use whatever you want, really. It doesn't really matter, but in that video you saw yesterday of me using, or not yesterday, it was a few days ago, whenever it came out, I don't know. But anyway, in that video when I was using the bad Juju, it really was just getting outclassed by Hawk Saws and Clever Dragons and even like legendary scout rifles on Blind Watch. So it's really not that great, even though it takes up an exotic slot. Now, people in sweats pretty much are never use exotics, and people in pubs can still use a legendary like the Clever Dragon and do much better than using the Red Death or something along those lines. So I don't know what exactly has happened to exotics. They were a lot more powerful in year one, obviously dominated by the Hawkmoon and the Thorn and the Last Word. All those are really powerful and are still pretty good weapons in general, but they're just not as strong. The Bungie's pretty much nerfed them to the point where there's no point using them over a legendary. And I think that's what needs to be fixed. I think all exotics should pretty much be better than legendaries. And this kind of would be weird to set it up, but I think, you know, why should a Hawksaw be able to outgun a Red Death? Like, I don't understand the idea behind that, and I think every exotic weapon should be more powerful than legendary just because it's the next thing on the skill tree. It goes higher. You know, it's common, uncommon, rare, legendary, exotic. That's just the order of things. Exotic should be at the highest, and that's why you're only allowed to have one. But honestly, if you use a Thorn and Invective, I wouldn't really care. I'd rather use that instead of a Matador. It's just kind of weird how exotics really aren't worth anything anymore. And I think Bungie needs to fix that. There are so many cool exotics out there, like the Dreg's Promise and the Trespasser, and all those random weapons that people never really use, but could actually be pretty nice if Bungie nerf or buff them. Excuse me. I mean, there's a lot of weapons that I'd like to use out there. You know, things like the Hardlight, the Surge Regime, cool weapons that would just be fun to use, not necessarily competitively even, but just to play with. And they really get outclassed by just regular legendaries. Like, are you gonna use like an exotic or a Zalo Supercell over a what do you call it, a Doctrine of Passing or some other good auto rifle like the Unbent Tree? I mean, they're just, you could use it, but it's not much better than it. There's nothing really special about exotics anymore, and they don't have that real hunt. Like, you don't really want them as much. In year one, everyone searched for exotics. Now, that might just be because people were new to the game, but people really don't care as much about exotics, I would say. I mean, I know me personally, I haven't really been worried about collecting any exotics in the DLC. In this new DLC from Rise of Iron, if I get them, it's like cool, whatever, but I'm not grinding for exotics. In year one, I was grinding for exotics, and I really enjoyed that, and I kind of wish Bungie brought that back, just the feeling of hunting for something that you don't have, you know. I remember when I got my first Last Word, I was ecstatic. I was so happy that I got it, because I've been looking for it forever, and, you know, just the thrill of getting a weapon like that. Now, I mean, let me know what you think about this down below in the comments. Do you think exotics should be buffed? Do you really not care? I mean, it's up to you, and I guess ultimately the community is going to decide. I mean, Bungie may or may not listen. I know Bungie has been doing a pretty good job listening to the community, so if enough people bring this up, I think it actually could be changed by Bungie maybe in the next update or maybe in Destiny 2. And, you know, we'll see what they do. So let me know what you think down below. If you have any comments or any opinions you want to list in the comments or any questions, feel free to leave them. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys, and peace out.